The modal verb could is an auxiliary verb because it must always be accompanied by another verb with its own meaning and in the infinitive mood without to. Could is the past or conditional form of can and would translate as could. For example, she could ride a horse or I could not sing.
Now I'm going to explain about was, were, able to. It means ser capaz de. It isn't a modal auxiliary because it can be conjugated in all tenses, but now I'm going to explain the past tense. It indicates a specific ability to perform an act that exists in a past of a certain time and to talk about success in particular task or activity. For example, I was able to go to the beach at the end of the summer vacations. In the negative form is you weren't able to win golden medals in the last Olympics. Managed to. It means logrado. It is used to talk about the success or lack of success in a particular task or activity that was difficult to perform and requires effort or skills. I'm going to give an example. David managed to give a good grade in the math test. It was so difficult. The negative form is Camila didn't manage to be the best student of her high school.
Camille's teacher, I'm going to talk about the modal expressions for past and future, make and let. Need to is used in the past for things that you needed before. The structure in affirmative form is subject plus needed to plus infinitive verb plus complement. For example, she needed to buy new clothes for the party. In the structure in a negative form is subject plus did plus not plus need to plus infinitive verb plus complement. For example, David didn't need to study for math class. In the negative form, the auxiliary is did added followed by not. The had to is used in the past for a past obligation. The structure in affirmative form is subject plus had to plus infinitive verb plus complement. For example, he had to knew his script movie. The structure in a negative form is subject plus did plus not plus have to plus infinitive verb plus complement. For example, he didn't have to give my opinion about something important. Like the negative form of the auxiliary did, but be added followed by not. I'm going to talk about the needed to I have and have to in the future. Will need to is used for future needs. The structure in affirmative form is subject plus will plus need to plus infinitive verb plus complement. For example, she will need to forget her ex-boyfriend. The structure in a negative form is subject plus want plus need to plus complement. For example, Pablo won't need to change apartment. In this case, the negative form of the will is used, which is the will. Will have to is used future obligation. The structure in affirmative form is subject plus will plus have to plus complement. For example, I will have to arrive early tomorrow. And another example is I will have to get good notes. The structure in a negative form is subject plus want plus have to plus complement. And for example, I won't have to arrive early tomorrow. And another example is I won't have to get good note. Make and let. Make is used when something or someone control a situation. The structure is make plus object plus base form. For example, our boss makes us work in the office on Sunday. For another example, my school teacher makes everyone speak ill of her. Let is used when someone lets do something. The structure is let plus object plus base form. For example, my parents let me go to the party. And another example, my mother didn't let me eat my friend.